Before I start, some people I know in real life know about this affair, so I don't want to reveal any personal details in this story. I'll be representing some things involved in the video with a flag, since I like flags. My Heartbreak Story. It started back in high school, beginning of junior year. I had just exited a relationship the year prior, one that was pretty great, but ultimately, it made me feel sad and I had to end. I introduced her to my friends and attempted to get them to know her better, but they just weren't interested, and a bit of conflict sparked because of that, and, well, that's a story for another time. With a new school year ahead of me, I was looking for a new beginning. I know that some people don't start until they're 30 or 40 or sometimes never, but having had a few in the years prior, I was experienced. I was confident in my abilities to start anew. But none of the ones in my past were serious, and I guess that kind of hurt me. I had hoped that I would find a new one soon, and I might have been too eager. That's when I saw her. It's hard to condense her into a few adjectives, but if I must, she was beautiful in every way. She looked beautiful, she sounded adorable, even her name was just amazing to me. Again, I don't want to give too many details. All I can say was, she is Norwegian. I had known her before, but I never actually knew her, you know. I saw her around and I thought she was cute, but she seemed so foreign to me, like a language of 29 letters when I only know 26. She was way out of my league. But a fire sparked inside my heart. I was too nervous to even try speaking at first. I don't know whatever happened to all that confidence I had, but inside of me was as empty as the Nordic tundra. My fire was a small ember compared to my queen, Antarctica. And that was a mixed feeling. It was a challenge, as big as the largest fjords, that I wasn't sure I could overcome. I started by looking her up online, trying to find out all I could about her, but she didn't have as much of a presence compared to the other girls. I was starting to run into the same pages and information I had seen before, and I knew I just had to do it. So after a few weeks, I made the leap of faith. And you know, it wasn't so bad. It was great, actually. It started small with greetings like hi or how are you. I tried saying them in Norwegian, because she was Norwegian, and listened back. Although I was terrible, to hear a native speak was like a symphony in my ears, so cheerful and bright. I guess because it was a language I hadn't heard much of before, it just felt so magical. I was instantly hooked, and soon began speaking more and more, learning more words beyond greetings. Brunost. Jeg spiser brød og grater på gulvet. And of course, Jeg elsker deg. I wanted to get familiar and know all I could about her. And things went great. Before I knew it, I was always talking and learning more and more, even about Norway. Why not? Norway was as beautiful as her, being the land she was born in. Have you seen the fjords in Norway? Did you know that one of their kings won the freaking gold medal in sailing? And salmon, my favorite food. Many people think salmon sushi is a Japanese product, but it actually came from Norway. However, all this information now is just nostalgia. I was hanging out with her more and more outside of school. One of my favorite things to do became learning Norwegian. I started grammar and soon learned about several aspects of Norwegian. She had 3 genders, which made things a bit complicated, but it was fine. I learned about how the definite form was formed, and it seemed so logical. And verbs, how verbs don't change according to the subject. Other languages like French and English conjugate verbs according to the subject, which was a pain. But Norwegian? Beautiful. It was like my relationship with her. As I got to know her better, some things turned out to be complicated, but other aspects were great and logical, and some things were even better than others I had in the past. Soon, it consumed most of my waking life. I was on my phone with her in class, not paying attention. At the gym, I'd have headphones on and listen to her speak. In bed, late at night, despite being sleepy as hell, I'd stay up just to get 10 more minutes with her. Seeing her made me happy. And oh, how wonderful it was to listen to her. I understood more and more. I even wrote her letters over and over, just thinking how beautiful she was. Everything seemed great. But then, cracks started to form. Things started to get beyond intricate and very complicated. It's like, well, to use an example, it was like getting the present tense down and learning that there's like 10 other tenses. The infinitive, the simple past, present perfect, past perfect, future perfect, and so much more. It just gets frustrating, you know? And it's such a huge commitment, and I was so naive. The blaze inside of me started to pelter. Real life wasn't helping out either. I had exams coming up, band concerts and contests, colleges I needed to start looking at. I started spending less time with her. It all stressed me out so much that even when I did have free time, I didn't spend it with her. I never had been so serious in my life before, and it started to become too much for me. It started with a day, but soon that day became days, and then a week, and much longer times of skipping. And as any fellow student of this field knows, that's a dangerous spiral down. The ship was sinking, slowly but surely. Exams ended, we got straight superiors for whatever many years in a row, and I ended up choosing an alright college. I finally had free time, and one day, as I was going through my study notebooks, I saw words of hers. It must have been a sentence written a few months ago. It seemed so familiar, yet I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand her anymore. It had been so long since I've seen her. So long since I've written or heard her. I just forgot what it all meant. And that's when I knew. The stressful end of the year was over, but so was our time together. I vaguely remember her, but as a whole, I had forgotten. I decided it'd be best to cut off. It was sad for a while, but I knew it was for the best. The breakup was, in one word, melancholic. Sometimes things are just the way they are, and you have to move on. Perhaps I could have done better. Perhaps I could have taken a little break and come back, or tried committing even just a bit of time to her every day. But I didn't. And it ended. And that was my story of learning the Norwegian language. Norwegian just became too much of a time commitment when I was studying German too during high school. So, yeah. Currently I'm learning German and Russian, which is pretty cool, but oh wait. You thought the story was about a real girl? Why have your heart broken when you can learn languages and talk to a greater number of bros? Or don't be stupid and your relationships will probably succeed. Shut up. In summary, don't date, learn languages, subscribe to make me feel less lonely. Or don't. You don't know me. Do what you want. Man, I see ya. How long did that recording take? That must have been like 20 minutes. 16. That's gonna be a pain in the ass to edit.